You're standing in Whole Foods and everything feels elevated. The lighting is perfect. The produce gleams. The wood displays look artisanal. Classical music plays overhead. You pick up a container of organic Greek yogurt, and it costs $6. You think about the last time you were at Trader Joe's. The same product, same organic label, $3.50. You put the Whole Foods container in your cart anyway because this is Whole Foods. It has to be better, right? This is the question millions of Americans ask themselves every time they shop for groceries. Whole Foods has built its reputation on premium quality, the highest standards, the best organic selection. People call it whole paycheck, but they keep shopping there because the brand suggests that paying more means getting more. Better ingredients, superior sourcing, products worth the premium. Trader Joe's has a different reputation. Quirky, accessible, good quality at fair prices. It's where people go when they want organic options without the Whole Foods price tag. The cult following is real, but there's always a question in the back of shoppers' minds. Is Trader Joe's actually as good, or are you getting what you pay for? We decided to answer that question directly. We took 8 of the most common organic products that both stores carry, staples that millions of Americans buy every week. Milk, eggs, yogurt, almond butter, olive oil. We compared ingredient lists. We analyzed nutrition facts. We looked at sourcing claims when available, and we compared prices. The goal wasn't to declare one store better than the other. It was to see where the price premium is justified by actual product differences and where it's purely about brand positioning. What we found surprised us. In some cases, the products are literally identical. Same ingredients, same nutrition, same everything except the label and the price. In other cases, there are real differences worth understanding. And in a few cases, the answer depends entirely on what you value beyond the nutrition label. This isn't about telling you where to shop. It's about showing you what you're actually paying for when you choose one store over the other. Let's start with the most basic product, organic whole milk. This is a staple in millions of American households. Families buy it every week. It's one of the clearest ways to compare store brands directly, because milk is milk. The variables are limited. Whole Foods 365 organic whole milk costs $6.99 for a half gallon. Trader Joe's organic whole milk costs $3.99 for a half gallon. That's a $3 difference. You're paying 75% more at Whole Foods for the same quantity. That price gap matters. For a family buying 2 half gallons per week, that's an extra $312 per year just on organic milk. Now let's look at what you're getting for that premium. The nutrition facts for both products are identical. Each cup contains 150 calories, 8 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein, and 12 grams of naturally occurring sugar from lactose. The macronutrient profile is exactly the same because organic whole milk from any source has the same basic composition. The ingredient list for Whole Foods 365 organic whole milk shows one ingredient, organic grade A milk, vitamin D3 added. The ingredient list for Trader Joe's organic whole milk shows one ingredient, organic grade A milk, vitamin D3 added. They're identical. Both products are USDA certified organic, which means the cows were fed organic feed, given access to pasture, and not treated with synthetic hormones or antibiotics. So where does the extra $3 go? Brand positioning. Store experience. The perception that Whole Foods has higher standards, but the USDA organic certification is the same regardless of which store sells the milk. The nutritional value is identical. The ingredients are identical. You're paying 75% more for the Whole Foods label, and the experience of shopping at Whole Foods. The milk itself is the same product. Now let's look at Greek yogurt. This is another product where direct comparison is straightforward. Whole Foods 365 organic Greek yogurt, plain non-fat, costs $5.99 for a 32-ounce container. Trader Joe's organic Greek yogurt, plain non-fat, costs $3.99 for a 32-ounce container. That's a $2 difference for the same quantity. Whole Foods is 50% more expensive. The nutrition facts for both are nearly identical. Per serving, both contain approximately 100 calories, 0 grams of fat, 18 grams of protein, and 6 grams of naturally occurring sugar from lactose. The protein content is what makes Greek yogurt appealing. Both products deliver that protein equally. The ingredient list for Whole Foods 365 shows organic non-fat milk and live active cultures. The ingredient list for Trader Joe's shows organic grade A non-fat milk and live active cultures. The difference in wording is negligible. Both are simple, clean Greek yogurt made by straining regular yogurt to concentrate the protein. Some Whole Foods customers argue that the texture or taste is slightly better. Texture and taste in Greek yogurt can vary based on the specific strains of bacteria used in the exact straining process. These are subtle differences that come down to personal preference. But from a nutritional and ingredient standpoint, you're getting the same product. The $2 premium at Whole Foods buys brand positioning, not meaningfully superior yogurt. Let's move to almond butter. This is a product where many shoppers assume Whole Foods offers higher quality because nut butters can vary significantly in sourcing and processing. Whole Foods 365 organic creamy almond butter costs $9.99 for a 16-ounce jar. Trader Joe's organic creamy almond butter costs $6.99 for a 16-ounce jar. That's a $3 difference. Whole Foods is about 43% more expensive. The ingredient list for Whole Foods 365 organic almond butter contains one ingredient, organic dry roasted almonds. That's it. Nothing added. The ingredient list for Trader Joe's organic almond butter contains one ingredient, organic roasted almonds. Also nothing added. Both products are pure almond butter with no added oils, sugars, or salt. The nutrition facts are nearly identical. Both contain approximately 190 calories per 2 tablespoons serving, 17 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein, and 3 grams of fiber. The fat is primarily heart-healthy monounsaturated fat from the almonds themselves. Both products require stirring because natural almond butter separates. Both are USDA certified organic. The $3 premium at Whole Foods might be justified if their almonds were sourced from specific farms with superior practices, or if the roasting process was notably different. But both labels simply say organic roasted almonds. Without transparent sourcing information showing a material difference, you're paying 43% more for the Whole Foods brand. The almond butter itself is functionally identical. Now let's look at organic eggs. This is where labeling language becomes important. Whole Foods organic large brown eggs cost $6. Trader Joe's organic free-range large brown eggs cost $4.99 for a dozen. That's a $2 difference. Whole Foods is 40% more expensive. Both products are USDA certified organic. That certification requires that hens are fed organic feed, have access to the outdoors, and are not given antibiotics or hormones. The nutritional content of organic eggs from different sources is essentially identical. Each large egg contains about 70 calories, 5 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, and various vitamins and minerals. But here's where terminology matters. Trader Joe's specifically labels their eggs as free-range, which technically means the hens have access to outdoor space. Whole Foods labels their 365 brand eggs simply as organic, which includes outdoor access as part of the organic certification but doesn't emphasize free-range language. In practice, both products meet the same basic organic standards. Some Whole Foods eggs are labeled as pasture-raised, which is a higher standard than organic or free-range. Pasture-raised hens have significantly more outdoor space and time, but those eggs cost even more, often $9 to $12 per dozen. The standard 365 organic eggs at $6.99 are not pasture-raised. They meet the same standards as Trader Joe's free-range organic eggs, which cost $4.99. The $2 premium at Whole Foods for functionally equivalent eggs is significant over time. A family buying 2 dozen eggs per week pays an extra $208 per year at Whole Foods. Unless you're specifically buying the pasture-raised premium tier at Whole Foods, the standard organic eggs don't justify the price difference based on production standards or nutrition. Let's examine quinoa. This is a product where organic labeling is common, and the product itself is simple enough for direct comparison. Whole Foods 365 organic quinoa costs $5.99 for a 1-pound bag. Trader Joe's organic quinoa costs $3.99 for a 1-pound bag. That's a $2 difference. Whole Foods is 50% more expensive. Quinoa is a grain. When it's organic, it means the quinoa was grown without synthetic pesticides or fertilizers. The nutrition facts for organic quinoa are the same regardless of brand because it's the same grain. Per quarter cup dry serving, quinoa contains about 170 calories, 3 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, and 3 grams of fiber. It's a complete protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids. These nutritional properties don't change based on which store sells the quinoa. The ingredient list for both Whole Foods 365 and Trader Joe's shows one ingredient, organic white quinoa. Some quinoa is pre-rinsed to remove the natural saponin coating that can taste bitter. Both products mention rinsing on the package, which is standard. There's no meaningful difference in the product itself. The $2 premium for Whole Foods quinoa might be justified if their sourcing was demonstrably more ethical or sustainable than Trader Joe's, but both products are USDA certified organic, which includes environmental standards as part of the certification. Without specific sourcing transparency showing a material difference, the 50% price premium at Whole Foods is about brand, not about the quinoa. Now let's look at fresh produce. Whole Foods organic baby spinach costs $4.99 for a 5-ounce container, Trader Joe's organic baby spinach costs $2.99 for a 6-ounce container. This is particularly notable. Whole Foods charges $2 more and gives you 1 ounce less. On a per-ounce basis, Whole Foods is about 85% more expensive. Organic baby spinach is organic baby spinach. The nutritional content is the same. Spinach is rich in vitamins A, C, and K, along with iron and folate. These nutrients don't vary significantly based on which store sells the spinach. Both products are USDA certified organic, meaning they were grown without synthetic pesticides. The argument some shoppers make is that Whole Foods produce is fresher or lasts longer. Freshness in produce depends on supply chain management and turnover. Both stores have sophisticated supply chains. In practice, the freshness of bagged organic spinach depends more on when it was packaged and how long it's been on the shelf than which store sells it. If you're buying spinach that was packaged 3 days ago, it doesn't matter if you bought it at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. The 85% price premium for less product at Whole Foods is difficult to justify on anything other than brand positioning and the perception that Whole Foods produce is superior. For a family buying organic spinach weekly, that's an extra $104 per year for essentially the same product in a smaller quantity.
Let's move to dark chocolate. This is a product where quality can legitimately vary based on cocoa content, processing, and sourcing. Whole Foods 365 Organic Dark Chocolate Bar, 70% cocoa, costs $2.99 for a 3.5-ounce bar. Trader Joe's Organic Dark Chocolate Bar, 72% cocoa, costs $1.99 for a 3.5-ounce bar. That's a $1 difference. Whole Foods is 50% more expensive. The ingredient list for Whole Foods 365 shows organic chocolate liquor, organic cane sugar, organic cocoa butter, and organic vanilla. The ingredient list for Trader Joe's shows organic cacao beans, organic cane sugar, organic cocoa butter, organic ground vanilla beans, and soy lecithin. Both are simple, recognizable ingredients appropriate for dark chocolate. The cocoa content is nearly identical, 70% versus 72%. This means both bars are primarily cocoa, with minimal sugar. The difference of 2 percentage points is negligible in terms of taste or health benefits. Both are USDA certified organic, meaning the cocoa was grown without synthetic pesticides. Dark chocolate quality can be affected by how the beans are processed, whether they're single origin, and the specific flavor profile. These are factors that chocolate enthusiasts care about. But for most consumers buying a dark chocolate bar as a somewhat healthier sweet option, both products deliver dark chocolate with minimal sugar and clean ingredients. The $1 premium at Whole Foods might be justified if their chocolate was demonstrably superior in processing or sourcing, but without specific origin or processing information showing a clear difference, you're paying 50% more for the Whole Foods brand. The chocolate itself is very similar. Finally, let's examine olive oil. This is a product where quality differences can be significant. Extra virgin olive oil varies based on the olives used, how they're pressed, storage conditions, and authenticity. Whole Foods 365 Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil costs $12.99 for a 16-ounce bottle. Trader Joe's Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil costs $7.99 for a 16-ounce bottle. That's a $5 difference. Whole Foods is about 63% more expensive. Extra virgin olive oil should be made from cold-pressed olives with no chemical processing. The quality indicators include acidity levels, flavor profile, and freshness. Both products are labeled organic and extra virgin, but olive oil is one category where fraud and mislabeling are documented concerns in the industry. True extra virgin olive oil costs more to produce than lower grades. The ingredient list for both products shows one ingredient, organic extra virgin olive oil. The nutrition facts are nearly identical because olive oil composition doesn't vary significantly. Per tablespoon, both contain about 120 calories and 14 grams of fat, primarily heart-healthy monounsaturated fat. This is one category where the Whole Foods premium might be partially justified. Higher-end olive oils often have more transparent sourcing, better storage, and stricter quality control. Whole Foods positions itself as having higher standards for olive oil authenticity. However, without independent testing of both products, it's difficult to confirm whether the $12.99 bottle is meaningfully better than the $7.99 bottle. For most home cooking, both products will perform similarly. If you're using olive oil for high-heat cooking, you're degrading the quality anyway, which makes the premium less relevant. If you're using it for salad dressings or finishing dishes where the flavor matters, the $5 difference might be worth it if the Whole Foods oil has a noticeably better taste. But that's subjective and depends on individual palates. Here's what these 8 comparisons reveal. For organic milk, you're paying 75% more at Whole Foods for an identical product with identical nutrition and identical ingredients.
For Greek yogurt, you're paying 50% more for the same simple ingredients and the same protein content. For almond butter, you're paying 43% more for pure organic almond butter with no meaningful difference. For organic eggs, you're paying 40% more at Whole Foods for eggs that meet the same organic and free-range standards as Trader Joe's. For quinoa, you're paying 50% more for the same organic grain with the same nutritional profile. For organic spinach, you're paying 85% more for less product. For dark chocolate, you're paying 50% more for nearly identical organic dark chocolate with similar cocoa content. Olive oil is the only category where the premium might be partially justified by potential quality differences in sourcing and processing, but even there, the evidence isn't definitive without side-by-side testing. The pattern is consistent. For basic organic staples, Whole Foods charges significantly more for products that are nutritionally and compositionally identical or nearly identical to Trader Joe's. The USDA organic certification is the same regardless of which store applies it. The ingredients are the same. The nutrition is the same. What's different is the brand, the store experience, and the perception of quality. Whole Foods has built its brand on the promise of the highest quality. The store environment reinforces that promise. The lighting, the displays, the customer service, the prepared food section, all of it creates an experience that feels premium. And for some shoppers, that experience is worth paying for. If shopping at Whole Foods makes you feel good about your food choices, and you have the budget for it, that's a valid reason to shop there. But if you're shopping at Whole Foods because you genuinely believe the organic milk is better than Trader Joe's organic milk, the labels don't support that belief. If you're buying Whole Foods eggs thinking they're produced under higher standards than Trader Joe's free-range organic eggs, the certifications don't support that assumption. If you're choosing Whole Foods quinoa because you think it's healthier, the nutrition facts are identical. Trader Joe's has positioned itself as the accessible alternative. The quirky branding, the smaller stores, the treasure hunt shopping experience, it all says you can get good quality without paying premium prices. And for basic organic staples, the products support that positioning. The organic certifications are real. The ingredients are clean. The nutrition is solid. You're not sacrificing quality by choosing Trader Joe's for milk, eggs, yogurt, almond butter, quinoa, spinach, or dark chocolate.
There are categories where Whole Foods might have advantages. Specialty items, prepared foods, a wider selection of premium brands, the meat and seafood departments with specific sourcing standards. If you're looking for grass-fed beef with transparent ranch sourcing or wild-caught fish with sustainability certifications, Whole Foods might offer options that Trader Joe's doesn't carry. But for basic organic packaged goods, the evidence suggests you're paying for brand and experience, not superior products. The practical question for shoppers is what they value. If you value the Whole Foods shopping experience and the feeling that comes with shopping at a store positioned as premium, and you have the budget for it, shop at Whole Foods. You're getting good products. They're just not meaningfully better than Trader Joe's for most basic staples. If you value saving money, and you're willing to shop at a smaller, quirkier store, Trader Joe's delivers comparable quality at significantly lower prices. A family that switches from Whole Foods to Trader Joe's for the 8 products we compared could save approximately $800 to $1,000 per year depending on consumption levels. That's real money that could go toward other priorities. The bigger lesson is about reading labels and understanding what you're actually paying for. Organic certification is standardized by the USDA. It means the same thing regardless of which store displays the label. The word organic doesn't mean superior nutrition. It means production standards were met. Those standards are identical, whether the product costs $3.99 or $6.99. Premium pricing often creates the assumption of premium quality. That assumption isn't always wrong. But for basic organic staples, the assumption often isn't supported by the actual products. The ingredients are the same. The nutrition is the same. The certifications are the same. What you're paying extra for is brand positioning and store environment, not better food. This doesn't make Whole Foods a bad store. It makes it an expensive store for products you can get elsewhere for less. And it doesn't make Trader Joe's perfect. The selection is more limited. The stores are smaller. Some products do sell out quickly. But for shoppers who want organic options without paying premium prices, Trader Joe's delivers quality that's equivalent to Whole Foods at prices that are 40 to 85% lower depending on the category. The choice is yours. But now it's an informed choice based on actual product comparison rather than brand assumptions. The labels are all there. The information is public. You just have to read it and make decisions based on what actually matters to you rather than what the store environment suggests you should believe.